Jack's phone buzzed in his pocket like a ticking bomb, but he ignored it, forcing a smile as he adjusted his tie in the mirror of the bustling hotel ballroom. It was his sister Emily's wedding day, the kind of event where the whole family gathered under one roof, pretending everything was perfect in their conservative Midwestern world. But when he finally pulled out the device during a quiet moment in the restroom, the anonymous text hit him like a freight train. A photo of him and Ryan, lips locked in a shadowed alley behind the bar where they'd met last month, with the caption, "Does your dad know?" His heart slammed against his ribs. Who could have taken that? Ryan was his secret, the one person who'd made him feel alive after years of burying his feelings under layers of denial and family expectations. Jack had grown up in a household where his father, a stern Lutheran pastor from rural Ohio, preached about traditional values every Sunday, and his mother nodded along, baking pies for church fundraisers while whispering warnings about those kinds of people in the city. Moving to Chicago for college had been his escape, but now, at 25, back in this suffocating hometown for the wedding, the walls were closing in. He deleted the message, but the damage was done. Paranoia crept in as he rejoined the reception, scanning the faces of relatives laughing over champagne. Emily, radiant in her white gown, pulled him into a hug. "You look distracted, bro. Everything okay?" she asked, her eyes searching his. Jack forced a laugh. "Just work stuff. You know how it is." But inside he was unraveling. Ryan wasn't just a fling. He'd become the anchor in Jack's stormy sea of self-doubt. They'd met at a nonprofit event in Chicago, where Ryan, a confident graphic designer from a liberal family in California, had challenged Jack's guarded demeanor with easy conversation and a smile that lit up the room. As the night wore on, Jack slipped out for air, his mind racing. He texted Ryan, "We need to talk. Someone knows." Ryan's reply came quick, "Meet me? I'm in town for you." Against his better judgment, Jack agreed, sneaking away to a nearby park under the cover of dusk. Ryan was waiting on a bench, his dark hair tousled, wearing that leather jacket that always made Jack's stomach flip. "What's going on?" Ryan asked, pulling him close. But before Jack could explain, headlights flashed. His cousin Mark's car, pulling up unexpectedly. Mark, the golden boy of the family, stepped out, his face twisting in shock and disgust. "Jack? What the hell is this?" The confrontation exploded like fireworks. Mark grabbed Jack's arm, yanking him away. "You're ruining Emily's day with this. This sin?" he hissed, his voice laced with the same righteous anger their father had instilled in them. Ryan stood his ground. "Hey, back off. This isn't your business." But Mark was already on his phone, dialing their uncle, who was still at the reception. Jack's world spun. He pushed Mark away, but the damage rippled out. By the time he returned to the ballroom, whispers had spread. His father, Pastor John, cornered him in a side room, face red with fury. "Is it true? Are you one of them?" The word "them" hung like a noose. Jack stammered, "Dad, it's not what you think." But it was. And in that moment, he realized the photo wasn't anonymous. Mark had been the one tailing him, suspicious after overhearing a late-night call. Betrayal burned hot in Jack's chest. His father issued the ultimatum, "End this now or don't come home again." The wedding blurred into chaos. Emily in tears, his mother silent and ashamed, relatives gossiping. Jack left that night, driving back to Chicago with Ryan. But the fracture in his soul was just beginning. In the weeks that followed, the pressure mounted. His phone rang incessantly with calls from family, each one a mix of pleas and condemnations. Emily begged him to fix it, saying Mom was heartbroken, barely eating. Dad sent Bible verses via text, reminders of eternal damnation. Jack's job at the marketing firm suffered. He couldn't focus, snapping at colleagues, missing deadlines. Ryan was supportive, cooking dinners and listening to Jack's rants. But even he started showing cracks. "You don't have to choose me over them," Ryan said one evening, as they sat on the couch in his small apartment overlooking the lake. "But you do have to choose yourself." Jack wrestled with that. Choosing himself meant acknowledging the truth he'd hidden since high school. when crushes on boys led to secret shame and fervent prayers for change. Society in Chicago was progressive, but echoes of his upbringing lingered. Friends from home unfriending him on social media. Old church buddies sending concerned messages. One night, after a particularly brutal call from his father accusing him of destroying the family legacy, Jack broke down. "Why can't they just accept me?" he sobbed into Ryan's shoulder. Ryan held him, whispering, "Because change scares them more than losing you." But doubt crept in. Was Ryan worth the exile? Jack started second-guessing their relationship, replaying moments. The first date at a cozy Italian restaurant, where Ryan's laugh made him forget his fears. The weekend trip to Michigan, where they hiked trails and shared dreams under starry skies. Yet, the mouth Juan Dao Duc gnawed at him, his father's teachings versus his heart's pull. He began pulling away, canceling plans, burying himself in work. Ryan noticed, confronting him gently. "If you're ashamed of us, say it." Jack exploded. "I'm not ashamed.
I'm terrified."
The argument escalated, words like daggers, ending with Ryan storming out. Alone in the apartment, Jack scrolled through family photos, the weight of tradition crushing him. He called Emily, hoping for an ally. "I love him, Em. But Dad." She sighed. "Dad's talking about disowning you. Mom's on meds for anxiety. Is this guy really the hill you want to die on?" Her words stung, planting seeds of regret. By morning, Ryan returned, apologetic, but the tension lingered. Jack knew a decision loomed, one that would define his path. Freedom or forgiveness, love or legacy. As the days blurred, societal pressures amplified the internal storm. At a work event, a colleague casually mentioned a gay coworker facing similar family strife, and Jack felt exposed, like everyone knew his secret. Online forums offered mixed advice. Some urged cutting ties with toxic families, others preached reconciliation. Jack tried therapy, but the sessions only highlighted his indecision. "What do you want, Jack?" the therapist asked. He didn't know. Ryan pushed for commitment, planning a trip to meet his own accepting family, but Jack hesitated, fearing more judgment. Then came the betrayal that shattered everything. Mark, not content with exposure, spread rumors back home, twisting stories to paint Jack as predatory. Church members shunned his parents, donations dropped. His father blamed him entirely, emailing a scathing letter. "You've brought shame on us all. Repent or be forgotten." Crushed, Jack confided in Ryan, who suggested fighting back publicly. "Come out on your terms." But Jack recoiled, the idea terrifying. In a moment of weakness, he lied to Ryan, saying he'd confront his family soon. The lie festered like an open wound. Jack avoided Ryan's calls the next day, claiming a deadline, but really, he was driving back to Ohio, unannounced, desperate for resolution. The familiar cornfields blurred past as he rehearsed speeches in his head. Explanations, apologies, pleas for understanding. Pulling into the driveway of his childhood home, the white clapboard house looked smaller, more fragile. His mother answered the door, her eyes widening. "Jack, what are you doing here?" She pulled him inside before neighbors could see. The living room hadn't changed. Family portraits on the mantel, Bible on the coffee table. His father emerged from the study, face hardening. "You have some nerve showing up."
No hug, no worms.
They sat stiffly, the air thick with unspoken accusations. Jack started, voice shaking. "Dad, I didn't choose this. It's who I am." His father interrupted. "Sin isn't identity, son. You've been corrupted by that city." The argument spiraled, verses quoted, tears shed. His mother wept silently, murmuring, "We just want you back." Jack pushed. Back as what? A lie? But deep down he wavered, the pull of belonging strong. By evening, exhaustion set in. They agreed to a truce. Jack would stay the weekend, attend church, reflect. No mention of Ryan. That night, in his old room, posters of baseball heroes still on the walls, Jack texted Ryan a half-truth. "Visiting family. Miss you." Ryan's response was curt. "Okay, talk later." Guilt twisted in Jack's gut. Sunday service was torture. Sermons on moral decay. Sidelong glances from congregants. After, his father cornered him. End it with that man and we'll welcome you home. The offer tempted him, a lifeline to normalcy. Back in Chicago, Ryan waited with questions. What happened? Jack dodged, just talking things out. But Ryan pressed, sensing the shift. Are you breaking up with me? The words hung heavy. Jack denied it, but the seed was planted. Days turned to arguments. Ryan accusing Jack of cowardice, Jack retorting about pressure. One explosive night, Ryan yelled, "If you can't fight for us, what's the point?" Jack snapped back, "Maybe there isn't." Ryan left, slamming the door, leaving Jack in silence. The void hit hard. Jack threw himself into work, but loneliness amplified. Friends noticed his withdrawal. One, Sarah from college, invited him out. Over drinks, she shared her own coming-out story, encouraging strength. Family love should be unconditional. Inspired, Jack called Emily, confessing everything. She surprised him. "I support you, Jack. Dad's wrong." Her words sparked hope, but also conflict, dividing the family further. Meanwhile, Ryan moved on or tried. Jack saw him on social media, laughing with friends at a bar. Jealousy flared, mixed with regret. He reached out. "Can we talk?" They met at a coffee shop, tension palpable. Ryan looked weary. "I love you, but I won't be your secret." Jack admitted his fears, the family pull. "I almost chose them over you." Ryan's eyes softened, but he stood firm. "Then choose now." Jack hesitated, the mouth wand tearing him. Societal echoes amplified the drama. News stories of anti-LGBT bills in states like Ohio fueled Jack's anger, reminding him of the broader fight. At a Pride event Ryan dragged him to, Jack felt out of place yet empowered, surrounded by stories of resilience. But back home, his father's influence loomed. A surprise visit from Mark escalated things, showing up at Jack's apartment, demanding he fix the mess. "You're killing Dad," Mark accused. Jack exploded. "No, your bigotry is." Mark left furious, but not before revealing he'd outed Jack to more relatives. The fallout was swift. Aunts and uncles cut contact. His mother called in tears. "Please, just pretend for us." The pressure peaked when his boss, overhearing a heated phone call, offered support but warned about focus. Jack hit rock bottom, contemplating surrender. In a desperate move, he wrote a letter to his father, pouring out his soul. The years of hiding, the love for Ryan, the pain of rejection. No response came. Ryan, sensing Jack's spiral, reached out again. They spent a quiet evening walking along Lake Michigan, hands brushing. "I don't want to lose you," Jack whispered. Ryan replied, "Then don't." But as they kissed under the stars, Jack's phone lit up. "Emily, Dad's in the hospital. Heart issues. He wants to see you." Panic surged. Was this the price of his choices? Rushing to Ohio, Jack found his father frail in the hospital bed, monitors beeping. "Son," he rasped, "I was wrong to push you away, but then, promise me you'll seek help." The conditional forgiveness stung. Jack held his hand, torn. "I can't change who I am, Dad." Tears flowed as family gathered, tensions simmering. Emily pulled him aside. "He's scared of losing you." Jack nodded, but inside, resolve built. He couldn't betray himself. Back with Ryan, Jack shared the ordeal. "I told him no." Ryan hugged him, relief evident. But the victory was bittersweet. Family ties strained, society still judgmental. Jack joined a support group, sharing his story, finding solidarity. Yet, doubts lingered. Was harmony possible? As months passed, the relationship deepened, but challenges persisted. Ryan's family invited them for holidays, a stark contrast to Jack's silence. At Thanksgiving, surrounded by acceptance, Jack felt the void. He called home, but his mother hung up after awkward small talk. The rejection fueled determination. Jack volunteered at LGBT centers, advocating against discrimination. One day, a letter arrived from his father. "I'm trying to understand. Hope flickered, but progress was slow. Mark remained hostile, spreading division. Jack faced a moral crossroads. Forgive or distance. He chose outreach, sending articles on acceptance, inviting dialogue. The outreach bore tentative fruit. His father replied sporadically, questions laced with old prejudices but curiosity peeking through. "Why him?" one email asked. Jack responded honestly, "Because he sees me." Ryan encouraged the bridge building, but warned against compromise. "Don't lose yourself in their approval." Jack balanced the tightrope, his internal conflict evolving from denial to advocacy. Society's mirror reflected harshly. At a work conference in Texas, conservative clients made offhand homophobic jokes, forcing Jack to bite his tongue for professionalism. Later, he confided in Ryan, who raged, "Stand up next time." The incident sparked Jack's awakening. He started speaking out, joining panels on workplace inclusivity. Recognition came, but so did backlash. Anonymous online trolls echoed his family's sentiments. Family dynamics shifted dramatically when Emily announced her pregnancy. "I want you in the baby's life," she said over the phone. "But Dad." Jack visited, tension thick. His father, post-hospital, was subdued, engaging in cautious conversation. "Tell me about Ryan," he ventured. Jack did, sharing stories of support and joy. His mother listened, eyes misty. Mark, however, sabotaged. "Don't indoctrinate the kid," he sneered privately to Jack. The confrontation boiled over at a family dinner. Mark accused Jack of selfishness. "Tearing us apart for your lifestyle." Jack fired back. "It's not a lifestyle, it's my life." His father intervened. "Enough. We're trying." But Mark stormed out, vowing to cut ties. The split deepened family wounds. Alliances formed, with Emily siding with Jack, his mother torn. Ryan faced his own pressures. His job offered a promotion in New York, tempting but disruptive. "What about us?" Jack asked. Ryan hesitated. "I'd stay for you." The decision weighed, highlighting sacrifices. Jack encouraged the move. "Don't hold back for me." But internally, fear of abandonment gnawed, echoing childhood insecurities. As Ryan prepared for interviews, Jack's therapy delved deeper. "Your family's rejection isn't about you," the therapist said. Insights led to confrontation. Jack called Mark, "Why hate me?" Mark's response, "Because it's wrong." The impasse hurt, but clarified. Some bridges burn. A turning point came at Emily's baby shower. Jack attended, Ryan by his side for the first time. Whispers abounded, but his father shook Ryan's hand stiffly. "Welcome." Progress, fragile but real. Yet that night his mother confessed, "I prayed for you to change." Jack replied gently, "Pray for acceptance instead." The couple's bond strengthened through trials. They adopted a dog, symbolizing commitment, evenings filled with laughter amid chaos. But societal undercurrents persisted. News of hate crimes shook Jack, prompting activism. He organized fundraisers, Ryan designing posters, their partnership a beacon. Betrayal struck again when Mark leaked family emails to a conservative blog, twisting Jack's words into ammunition against agenda pushing. Outrage followed. Jack's job fielded complaints. Furious, he sued for privacy, the legal battle draining. Ryan stood firm. "We'll fight together." The case settled out of court, but scars remained. Healing began slowly. His father attended a PFLAG meeting, eyes opening. "I was blind," he admitted over coffee. Jack forgave, but boundaries set. The family reunited tentatively for the baby's birth, Ryan included. Joy mixed with awkwardness, but hope bloomed. Yet choices loomed. Ryan got the New York job. "Come with me?" he asked. Jack pondered. Uproot for love, or stay for mending family? The decision tore him, freedom versus roots. Jack chose love, packing for New York, but not without farewells. Visiting Ohio one last time, he hugged Emily and the newborn, promising visits. His mother cried, "Be happy." His father nodded, "God bless you both." Mark absent, a silent protest. The drive east was bittersweet. Ryan's hand in his a steady anchor. New York pulsed with energy, a fresh start. Their apartment in Brooklyn overlooked bustling streets, a far cry from Midwest quiet. Ryan thrived at work, Jack landing a role at an inclusive agency. But adjustment hit hard. Homesickness crept in, amplified by sparse family calls. Emily updated on the baby, but his parents' efforts waned, old habits resurfacing. Internal turmoil resurfaced. Jack questioned the move. Did I abandon them? Ryan reassured. You chose us. But doubts fueled arguments, minor at first, escalating. One night, over dinner, Ryan snapped, "If you're regretting this, say it." Jack admitted fears. What if they need me? The vulnerability bonded them, leading to couples counseling. Society in the city was affirming, pride flags waving, but challenges persisted. At a gala, they faced subtle discrimination from donors, reminding Jack of battles unfinished. He channeled energy into writing, a blog on family reconciliation, gaining traction. Readers shared stories validating his path. A crisis tested resolve when his father suffered another health scare. Jack flew back, Ryan insisting on joining. At the hospital, tensions flared. Mark blamed stress from Jack's choices. Ryan defended, "Love isn't a choice. Hate is." The standoff forced reflection. His father, recovering, whispered, "I'm proud of you." Words long awaited, healing wounds. Back in New York, the couple deepened commitment, discussing marriage. "When you're ready," Ryan said. Jack nodded, ring shopping in secret. But moral dilemmas arose. Inviting family? The planning stirred old conflicts. Betrayal's shadow returned via Mark, who disinvited them from family events. Emily fought back. "He's my brother." The division pained, but Jack stood tall, prioritizing self-worth. As the story built, awakenings multiplied. Jack mentored young LGBT youth, sharing lessons of resilience. Ryan's support unwavering, their love a testament to endurance. High tension peaked at a family reunion Jack organized in neutral Chicago. Invites sent, responses mixed. His parents came, Mark boycotted. Conversations flowed cautiously, Ryan charming skeptics. A breakthrough. His mother hugged Ryan. "Thank you for loving him." Tears flowed, bridges mending. Yet, the night ended in drama. His father confessed lingering doubts. "I accept, but don't understand." Jack replied, "Understanding comes with time." The honesty forged progress. In New York, life stabilized. Jack proposed on a rooftop, stars above. "Yes," Ryan beamed. Wedding plans intertwined with family outreach, invitations extended. The wedding day dawned bright in Central Park, cherry blossoms swirling. Jack stood nervous, Ryan's smile calming. Guests mingled, Ryan's family warm, Jack's smaller contingent tentative. His parents attended, his mother dabbing eyes, father stoic but present. Emily bounced the baby, a flower girl. Mark's absence noted but not mourned. Vows exchanged, raw and real. Through storms and silences, "I choose you." Cheers erupted, a union symbolizing triumph over adversity. Reception buzzed with toasts, his father's halting. "To love, in all forms." A milestone, though imperfect. Post-honeymoon, reality resumed. Family visits increased, bonds strengthening. Jack's blog turned book deal, amplifying voices. Ryan's career soared, their home a haven. But reflections lingered on costs paid. Lost relationships, emotional scars. Jack pondered, was the pain worth the freedom? Years later, at Emily's child's birthday, full circle. Laughter filled the air, acceptance normalized. Yet, subtle tensions reminded of journeys unfinished. In quiet moments, Jack questioned choices, grateful yet aware of sacrifices. Was forcing family acceptance through persistence the right path, or should he have cut ties entirely for peace?